On November 18th, 2023, a man, Henry Horton IV, was pulled over for a routine traffic stop. After further investigation, the officers would find evidence that would completely change the situation.
All right, Mr. Henry, you want us to come out and I'll show you real quick what you're talking about? Yeah, here. So if you come out over here, see how that's completely out?
Jesus.
Yeah. So it's a quick fix at O'Reilly's. What, like maybe $50, $60, especially for a truck? Quick fix.
I've heard you can use like a wrench thing to pull it out, and then have reinstall the new light.
Yeah, it's easy. O'Reilly's does it. Yeah. So I'd rather have you do it at O'Reilly's, pay $60 to get it fixed instead of giving you like $106 citation. And then another thing, you gotta have your registration on you in the vehicle, right?
Gotta have it.
Yeah, you gotta have it. You can have a picture of the insurance. Yeah. You just gotta have a copy of the registration in the vehicle, because obviously I can go back to my system, do a little bit of research, and I'll find that the car is registered to your mom.
Yeah.
But if, let's say, my system's done, you can't prove to me that car belongs to you, right?
Yeah, you can't. I couldn't prove without the insurance.
So other than that, like I said, it's just that.
Like I was saying, car like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's no one there now. Be carefully search to make sure of that.
Sure.
It's a yes or no. It's not meant to like intimidate you or nothing like that. Yes, we can search and no, we can. You said Henry is your name?
Yes.
Will you stand it for me? We're just gonna check your pockets real quick, make sure you got nothing sharp underneath that. It's just our policy just to keep your hands behind your back while we're doing this, okay?
You need to, yeah. No, you're
No,
just
you're
being
not.
detained.
You're just being detained.
To the casual observer, this may look like a routine traffic stop, and for the most part, it is. However, in policing, we have a thing called JDLR, just don't look right. And I get the impression that the officers felt that this was something more than just a headlight, because there's a couple of things that stand out. One is the request to consent to search the vehicle. If the officer was only concerned with this headlight, then you give them the warning and you let them go. But the request for the consent leads me to believe that the officer has this thing called JDLR, which leads the officer to further the investigation and search the car. Another thing that stands out, which is important that the layman won't necessarily know, is that when you receive consent to search a vehicle, it's very important that you get a very clear yes. If you notice, Mr. Horton said sure a little hesitantly, that could be challenged in the courts.
Mr. Henry?
Yes, sir.
All right, so here's the deal. So obviously you're speaking with my partner as I was searching a car and stuff, so I found the bong. So like I said, I appreciate you being super honest with me. That's all it is. I mean, just some water and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. So as I was over there, my partner was informing me you had some thoughts about some stuff going on down in Miami. So what's up with that?
Just wanted to drive down to Miami for one, a road trip, and two, to go to a church to plan for later.
Plan for later? What you got planned later?
Attack later.
Attack later?
Yeah.
What's that?
Attack.
Oh, attack.
Yeah.
Oh, attack. I heard tackler. What kind of attack?
Like either shooting or stabbings.
Okay. Have you been having these thoughts recently?
Yes.
A lot, or just every now and then?
A lot.
A lot. Okay. Have you tried talking to some kind of professional about this kind of stuff or not?
I tried to get to a therapist, but it was like a wait list or something.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So you were going down to Miami, go first hang out, and you would go to a church. What was the church for?
The church was the location of my later attack.
Yeah. It was for your later attack?
Yes.
Okay. What was up with what was your other location for attack?
Okeechobee High School. And Okeechobee up north.
Okeechobee. What's particular about Okeechobee?
It's a small town up north near the lake.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I'm familiar with that area.
Yeah.
It's a nice area.
Yeah.
But what brings you to that area or that high school?
Some issue I had with an administrator when I was still in school.
Alrighty. So with those issues, you wanted to just basically go over there and attack them?
Yes.
Or have an attack plan? What were you specifically wanting to do?
I wanted to like 15 people.
15 people? Why 15?
Because it was an odd number.
Like odd numbers?
Yeah, I like odd numbers most of the time.
Alright. You said you had specific problems with administrator. Did you have someone in mind and someone specific in target?
Yes, Mr. Stewart.
Stewart? What did Mr. Stewart do to you?
Okay, so here's the story. We were going to go on a field trip to Busch Gardens somewhere.
Okay.
And they were searching all our backpacks, and I had alcohol in mine, and they took me to Mr. Stewart's office, who's the student dean, and I was suspended for a week. And I was also put in a rehab program.
Oh, okay.
With a DCFS.
Okay. Department of Children and Families?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you right now, Mr. Stewart? I'm sorry, Mr. Henry?
19.
19? Okay.
I was 18 when this happened.
Okay, so last year?
Yes.
Okay, when did you graduate high school?
May 2022.
Okay, last year? Alright, awesome. So when did you want to, obviously you said you're planning your attacks and stuff like that. When did you want to execute these attacks?
On my 22nd birthday.
On your 22nd? Why particularly your 22nd birthday?
Because with my 21st, because after I turn 21, I want to spend my last year alive drinking like a madman.
Okay. So once you turn 21, drink like a madman. Then when you turn 22,
Yes.
you want to execute these plans?
Yes, sir.
Were you going to execute that plan when you got to Miami tonight, or?
Not tonight, but some other time later.
So you were just going kind of over there, kind of like on a recon mission?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty, no worries, man. So, alright, just give me a few minutes and we'll be heading out of here, alright? We're gonna go try to get you some help, okay?
My family's gonna hate this.
No, it's not a big deal. But like I said, we're gonna go down to JFK North. It's a mental health facility. They're gonna try to get you the help you need, alright? And then from there, we'll talk a little bit more.
This is excellent police work. There's a term in policing that we use. It's called take care of the misdemeanors and the felonies will take care of themselves. That is to say that you look for the misdemeanors, the headlights out, the taillights out, and you conduct the misdemeanor car stop, and you use good policing to figure out if there's something more that attaches to that JDLR. Here we have one of those prime examples. These officers thwarted a person who was going and reconning different locations to commit a mass horrific act.
So I'm being arrested for the threats.
That's what he said.
Okay.
I don't know to whom, or
So the jail's about 5 minutes from here.
it's not far now.
Okay.
Once you get there, they take the handcuffs off. They just say who you are, and once you get there, also they take the handcuffs off once you get in. Okay.
Okay.
All right, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
There's a twofold part of this investigation. The officers realize that there's a mental health challenge. They also have the criminal elements that they want to deal with. Very specifically, they have this paraphernalia, which is a legitimate charge in the state of Florida. So that gives the police the ability to at least have him held on that. But they go the step further and they look to see if there's a mental health challenge that they should address as well. Again, this is really good 360-degree policing.
This is great. I thought I was just gonna get arrested for the bong or something. So I guess they dropped the charge on the bong or something. They had to have. Well, this is how my life is going now. I'm going to jail. It's a felony. Now I'm a convicted felon for the rest of my life. I'll never have a gun again. Maybe they'll get me off some probation or something. I doubt it. It's a felony. Now I'm screwed.
It's very interesting that his comment was that now that I'm a convicted felon, or I'll be a convicted felon, that I'll never be able to own a gun again. It's this forward thinking to what would you necessarily need a gun for? That would be going through the back of my mind. These recordings are very, very important as the investigation continues.
What about your 22nd birthday?
No.
So you're saying no now, right? And when we were here last time, remember, we asked you the same question, and you're like, I kind of still want to do it. You were just saying no because you didn't want to be here any longer.
Right.
So is that still the case, that you don't want to be here, so you're just going to say no, but you still want to do it?
They're discharging you.
Yeah, you're
They're
getting
telling
out,
you
you're
long
done.
enough. But we want to know how you feel and what's going on.
Yeah.
Because if we have to get you some therapy or something, we need to know where to get you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're leaving here. Like, they don't want you no more.
Right.
That's fine.
Correct.
So you're saying no, that you're not having those thoughts.
Right.
Okay, what changed your mind about that? In the last week since we've talked to you, what changed your mind?
Just thinking about how it would affect my family if I did do the things that I wanted to do back then, but don't want to do now.
Okay.
This, from a trained investigative perspective, I see some things that the casual observer may not see. This positioning of the detectives is very deliberate. There are two things. One is the openness of this seating arrangement and the observation opportunity it provides them to read Mr. Horton's body language as things progress. The other thing that I'm seeing really quickly is that their questioning is non-aggressive. They're giving Mr. Horton the opportunity to feel comfortable in this space. And these two investigators work very well in tandem together. So this is high-level policing. Good stuff.
So you're saying that just repercussions for
Yes.
doing that
Correct.
has changed your mind.
Yes.
Okay. Did they give you any medication or anything?
Yes, they did give me medication.
What are they giving you?
They're giving me Risperdal, Trazodone, Lexapro, and I forgot the other ones.
Same stuff that you were prescribed already.
Yes.
Now, do you think that medication is helping you right now?
Yes.
Okay. If you were to stop taking that medication, do you think you would be back in the same mindset where you're thinking about having those thoughts?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, another thing you brought up to me last time was you like to smoke your weed,
Right.
which I get.
Right.
You plan on smoking weed when you get out of here?
Not anymore.
You're gonna quit weed altogether,
Yes. I'm gonna quit weed altogether.
even if it's legal.
Yes.
Are you just telling us that because you think that's what we want to hear? And be honest,
Like, we're-
it's not a trick question,
Yeah.
right? You don't have any weed on you.
Yeah,
You're not
we're-
going to jail for weed. We're just trying to get an honest answer. Like, if you're like, man, as soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna go light up a bowl as quick as I can. I get it, right?
Yeah.
Because you like weed,
Right. I
right?
do.
Right,
I
we
do.
know.
Yeah. So, right.
Yeah.
Two of the tactics that I'm seeing here is open-ended questions and closed-ended questions. These investigators have to get very succinct answers as to what Mr. Horton's intentions are. The second thing that I see is that they're also utilizing very well open-ended questioning that gets Mr. Horton to talk. If you watch the one investigator that's to Mr. Horton's left, you will notice that he seems more like the cool uncle, and he's going on this fellow traveler. Just be honest with me because we can help you out here and we just want to get the truth. And you can see Mr. Horton is very receptive to this tactic and technique.
So we're not trying to trick you with this answer. It's a straight up, we're just trying to gauge where you're at, if anything's changed since the last time we talked to you, or if it's still the same. If it's still the same, it's still the same. That's fine,
Yeah.
right? And if it's changed, we just want to know what's changed, right? So when you get out, you're gonna go smoke up a bowl, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We know, we're good with it.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's eventually gonna be illegal.
Yeah. Eventually.
What concerns me is, and again, nothing wrong with it, just asking so we know. You told me last time the reason why you stopped taking your medication was because of the weed.
Right.
Is that gonna be the same concept?
Yes.
Okay, so chances are you're not gonna take the medication because you wanna smoke your weed.
Right.
Okay. But then is that gonna change, do you still wanna follow this plan?
What plan? Or
Your 22nd birthday, January 2nd, 2026.
not anymore.
Okay, but what's gonna stop that idea? What changed? Because you still wanna smoke your weed, you're not gonna take the medication. Then how do I know you're not also still planning on doing this thing?
Because the weed keeps me calm and collected and cooled down.
Right.
Very masterful use of wording. If you notice, the investigator says this plan, this thing, because you don't want to place the individual in a position where they feel like you're being accusatory and you say this or get those guns and people, because that's going to make the person close up. When you say the plan or the thing, it softens it so that the person is more receptive to give you an affirmative or be honest about what their response is. So this is very well done by these investigators.
Here's the thing, Henry. Your life is just as important as everybody else's, right? You are an important person, okay? And if the medicine is stopping you from having these thoughts about going to like churches and schools and killing people, right?
Right.
And that's a good thing,
Yeah.
right? Because nobody wants to get hurt and nobody wants to see you get hurt. But then you're going to stop taking the meds. And once you stop taking the meds,
Those thoughts come back.
those thoughts are going to come back, right?
Right.
So you can obviously see the concern that we have, because yes, it's a terrible thing for things to happen to other people, but we don't want to see anything happen to you
Right.
either, right?
Correct.
So that's what we're trying to get at is it doesn't sound like you can do both. You have to kind of pick one or the other, right? And not having these thoughts about going and having your life ended with a bunch of other people, would be the more, reasonable way to go with it. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't really have any thoughts on that.
Okay.
That was
You just
pretty-
like weed?
Yeah, just like weed.
I get it. Okay. You feel that if you go back to weed, that you said it keeps you calm, that are you going to go back to the point where you're going back down to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas and you're going back to these churches to do recon? Do you think that's still going to be an issue if you stop taking these meds?
I think it would be an issue if I did stop taking these meds.
Okay. And you plan on stopping to take the meds because you want to smoke weed?
Yeah. That way I don't mix them together.
Right. So, but you can see how that's an issue,
Right.
right? And you agree with me that you're going to start doing that stuff again the minute if the drugs work out of your system.
Right.
So, how do you think we can stop that?
I don't really know.
So what is the deal? Do you still want to hurt people? Do you want to carry out? It's in the future, you'll think about it later?
Is it something we're going to turn on the news one morning or one evening and we're going to see Henry on the news for doing that?
No.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You said no, but you got you got that shitty grin on your face, right? And you're like, ha ha ha, right? And be honest. No is the answer that you think I want to hear.
Right.
Right.
What's the truth?
We're being honest with you, and like I said, we just want to know the truth. You can't be arrested for thoughts and dreams and stuff like that, right? So we're just trying to gauge where you're at right now. In that, would it be fair to say that once you get off the meds, you're going to go back to playing that, and I'm probably going to see you on the news?
Most probably.
Okay.
The officers in this interview were very effective in getting Mr. Horton to be open and honest about some thoughts that he may have in his mind. And the officer was clear, I can't arrest you for thoughts that you have in your mind. When I researched this case more, I found the documentation as to why Thornton was ultimately arrested and placed in prison, because he wrote very specific threats to a family member about doing great bodily harm to this person. And for that, he ultimately received 3 years and 12 years probation. A little interesting note that I noticed is that Thornton's birthday is coming up where he said that he wanted to commit these acts. January 2nd of 2026 is when he is at the 3-year mark of being released from this case. However, I believe that this 12 years probation is going to be very, very strict, and they're going to watch him very closely. This is one of those cases where hopefully we don't see the most horrific ending, but we see the very beginning of his planning, and the officers did a phenomenal job in stopping this. As we continue to watch this case go forward, I hope that this has a very peaceful ending and Mr. Horton gets the mental health help that he needs. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe.